Is real estate investing a great career? Is real estate wholesaling a great career? Is becoming an agent a great career? That's a great question that I got asked the other day, and I want to answer that for you, because the answer to that question, the success in your real estate career, depends on the answer to that question and how you perceive the answer to that question, and it makes all the difference in the world. And that's what I want to talk to you here today. In this video, we are going to be discussing specifically wholesaling. Wholesaling is the art of going out and finding property owners that need to sell their property. They are not able to do that via conventional channels. They can't put it on the market with a real estate agent because it needs repairs, and so they're not going to be able to have a typical buyer come in and buy the property and get a loan from a bank, because they just can't do that because the property needs to be repaired and they don't have the money to repair it. Maybe they have a property that has tenants in there that are not paying rent, and they don't want to go through the eviction process. They don't want to go through the process of getting them out. Maybe they inherited the property. A bunch of different reasons. So wholesaling is going out and finding these individuals and then helping them with this property by being a buyer, by being a purchaser, and you take that property and you place it on a contract, and now you have an agreement that now you can sell to another real estate investor who's actually looking for a deal like that, to then be able to close on it, fix it up, and repair it. And now you make the difference. You make the money because you're selling your assignment. It's the best way to get started. Now, when you ask the question, is real estate wholesaling a great career? You're asking that question incorrectly, because real estate wholesaling is not a career. Real estate wholesaling is an entry point into a business. So you have to first think of it in terms of, you're not starting a career, you're starting a business. The same way you think of it in terms of, I'm starting a business, say by buying a franchise. I'm starting a business by opening up a coffee shop, which I don't recommend. You're starting a business by opening up a restaurant, which I really don't recommend. I like to eat, but I would never open up a restaurant. Those are businesses that you would begin. So when you start a business, you look at it differently than if you start a career. If you start a career, it's more about, working for someone else. It's about putting in your hours. It's about making money and then moving up in that company. And so starting a business is now looking at it and saying, okay, I'm now becoming an entrepreneur. I need to then learn certain things to make me a better entrepreneur, to help me grow that business, to help that business prosper and to be able to do well, and then to expand that business. And so by looking at it through that filter, it gives you a different perspective. So wholesaling then is really not a career, but it is a opportunity for you to become an entrepreneur with little risk, with a unlimited potential. And it's also an entry point into the world of real estate, because real estate is an enduring opportunity. Whereas, let's say, for example, that if you're selling if you're selling your stuff on Amazon, or you had a Shopify store, which is where people sell goods online, they buy them from China and then they sell them online, that business will be different, significantly different a year from now, a year and a half, 2 years from now, than it will be today. I mean, think about the change in the landscape in terms of e-commerce and what Amazon has done. And so now, whereas in real estate, yes, technology has allowed us to do real estate in much easier ways. So for example, when I started back in the days with virtual wholesaling, which is how to do wholesaling virtually, how to find and flip properties anywhere in the USA using only your cell phone and a laptop, which I have a video on that. You can check the links in the description or at this channel. Now technology enables me to do virtual wholesaling in a much easier way. I have tools. I can see properties without ever leaving my house. And so it does make it easier. However, the fundamentals of that, hey, real estate, people still need a place to live. People still still own houses that need a lot of work. People can't get those properties repaired. They don't have the money. They don't want to hire a contractor. Those situations are always going to exist no matter what happens in the economy. It doesn't matter what Amazon does. It doesn't matter what anybody else does out there in terms of technology. That the core of that model is always going to be the same. It's like a hospital. Okay, no matter how great technology is, and yes, it could do tremendous things in order to facilitate and to maybe even give you treatments and give you things that will allow you to stay away from the hospital. At some point, if you get sick, you have to go physically into a hospital, and you've got to take care of business, and that's what I'm talking about here. Another example of another type of business that would fall into this category would be pest control, right? As an example, I'm not telling you to get into the pest control business, but if you think about pest control, then at some point you're not going to go to Amazon to get rid of your bugs. You need a human being to come with this thing that they pump and they then put like all the stuff on your around the house and around the perimeter and inside the house to make sure that the bugs don't take over, and now you got a bigger problem. So that's an enduring business. So you have to think of it in that way. So is real estate, now let's think about then becoming a real estate agent. A real estate agent, you could certainly say, I want to have a career as a real estate agent. However, I think that the same thing applies. Instead of if you are a real estate agent, instead of you looking at that as a career where you're just gonna do your thing and progress, over the years, why not think of it as a business, you becoming an entrepreneur, and you're gonna take that. If you're a real estate agent, you're going to take that real estate agent toolkit and the skills that you have, and now you're going to see how you can grow your business. Now, perhaps you're going to maybe do real estate agent stuff, right? Listing properties, but perhaps you might also get into wholesaling. So that's an idea, right? If you're a real estate agent, you're going out there and trying to find motivated sellers, but you're going to come across a lot of them that are not going to be able to sell their property at a discount, don't want to, and then you can offer your agent services. So now you're taking the business opportunity of real estate and expanding on it, right? From a real estate agent to then now a real estate wholesaler. Then from there you can progress to becoming a landlord if you wanted to go that route. You can progress into rehabbing properties and closing on them and then getting the money required. But again, think of it as not as a career, but as an expansion of your empire when it's in the real estate industry, in the real estate niche. And so then now goes back to the original question that the person asked, is real estate a great career? And I said to them, it's not a career. It is an opportunity. It is a business. And if you look at it with the filter of, this is a business that I'm going to start and I'm going to look at and become disciplined entrepreneur, then I'm going to do amazing things with it. So how do you then, if you're looking at it through the filter of a business, then how is that filter different than if you were looking at it as a career? So if you're looking at it as a business, right, then you're going to look at it in terms of what are the different ways that I can grow a business. You can grow a business by marketing, by understanding how to go out into the marketplace and advertise for customers. That's what I learned. There's a great book by a guy named Dan Kennedy. Look it up on Amazon. It's called The Ultimate Sales Letter. And that's how I learned how to craft letters and postcards that get people to raise their hands and reach out to me. Then as a business owner, you also realize that, hey, I need to market my business online. So I need to learn and understand online advertising. And I teach that in my course, in my training on how to find motivated sellers using Facebook ads. And so again, you are now expanding on your business by utilizing that strategy. Another way to look at it is you say, well, in order for me to be a good business person, I have to understand a profit and loss statement. I have to understand, how to make decisions based on data and how to look at my business. And I also need to understand how to hire people, how to go out and acquire talent and be able to systemize my business so that it can grow. So again, when you are looking at things as a career, I think to me, it feels like you're looking at things as when somebody asks me that, you want a career, it just means to me like, hey, you're willing to do the same thing over and over again, make a little bit of money each year, and get little by little, get better to the point where now at some point you're going to be able to retire. If that's what you want, then it's perfectly okay. But if what you want is to be able to, live in a nice place, afford nice cars, go on vacations whenever you want to, and be in a position where now you feel that you are in control, that you're progressing in a way that then now moves your life in a different direction, then maybe instead of looking at real estate as a career, maybe you should look at it as an opportunity for you to hone your skills as an entrepreneur and to enter the most enduring niche that there ever exists, which is real estate. Everybody's in real estate. Everybody, even our president, like him or not, okay? Just saying, he's in real estate, okay? All right, no throw tomatoes at me. But that's my message for today. And check out the video that I have on virtual wholesaling and also how to find motivated sellers on Facebook. I'm going to go out and see if I can find me some deals today.